Hey, what is up guys, it's Starlord, and today I want to talk a little bit about why Bethesda will not implement console commands onto the Xbox One and PS4 versions of Fallout 4. Now, we actually look at this week in gaming, or not this week, but like 2 weeks ago in gaming, a small developing studio actually implemented console commands onto their console game, which is Ark Survival. A lot of you guys may know what that is. For those of you who don't, it's an amazing little game made by a small developer studio, and you know, they've implemented console commands and it's been a huge success throughout the console community on that game. So there is our basis that console commands do work on consoles. There it is right there, guys. Yeah, it's proof, you know. Now, if we actually go back in time to November 20th, 2015, we actually look at a guy called Mike Hayes, and he actually tweeted to DC Deacon, or Pete Hines. A lot of you guys may know who he is. He actually works at Bethesda, and he tweeted him saying, "You've mentioned bringing mods to console, but are there any plans whatsoever to bring console to console?" Now, what he means by that is console commands to console. Now, Pete Hines just up and says it, "Nope. Use of console commands is not supported or recommended on PC. That kind of thing isn't permitted on consoles anyway." Now, again, looking at this month in gaming, we can clearly see that it is permitted and it is available. You can do it because a small developing studio have actually implemented it into their game, aka Ark Survival, and it's been a success. Not many people are having problems with this. It's great. Now, the guy who originally tweeted him actually said, "Well, I've used console commands just to mess around with things in BGS games. Why isn't it recommended?" Then Pete Hines goes out and says, "Can very easily mess up save games." Now, I completely respect his kind of thought there that, your save game is potentially under risk if you actually opt into console commands. But if we look at the Bethesda or the Fallout 4 community, from the majority of what I have actually met are very mature players. They know what they're talking about. They're very educated, and I like them. It's a good community. But Fallout 4 has a great community. Now, I think people are smart enough to know if what console commands are. I mean, you can't just pull up the console command and type whatever you want in, and it'll be a console command. People so if a kid is playing, there's no way they would know how to input their console commands unless they went and Googled a console command itself. Now, people who are, of age, like me, I'm 23, and, I'm quite mature. I know what can potentially be a risk to my game save and whatnot. I know whether to put in a couple of commands and whatnot, and what the effect it could have on my save game. Now, this is not saying that, just because I know means that everyone will know. I think there should be a kind of menu in the game where you go down, save, load, and then console commands. So it says save game, load game, console commands. You click into console commands and bam, up comes a little pop-up box saying, "Listen, if you're going to continue with this, you must know that it can potentially harm your save game. Why not back up your save game just in case and maybe create a mock account character?" Now, that would be a very, very smart thing to do in their kind of, in their defense to kind of stop people from messing up save games and whatnot. Just a simple disclaimer to say, listen, you could lose your save game here, so go make a new account, then use console commands. I do not see the harm in that whatsoever. Now, we know that it can pretty easily be implemented into that, and I just do not see how such a big developing studio such as Bethesda are not doing this. I don't know. I feel very confused, to be honest. They have gave one reason. Yes, it can mess up save games, but people are smart enough to say, well, no, I want to keep my save game, so I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to put in any little commands or anything like that. Or, yes, I will do console commands. I know how to use them. I will back up my save on a USB or something like that. And, we can try that then. I don't know, guys. I just feel like they're kind of putting the PC community on a pedestal, and they're kind of, once again, they're kind of neglecting the console community. I don't know. I feel like they fuel the PC master race kind of, kind of fight argument kind of thing. I mean, myself, I'm a PC player now. I play PC most of the time. I have a strong place in my heart for my Xbox One, which I also play most of the time. And you know, I just feel like Bethesda have always kind of discluded the console players because they are all PC players. I understand that it can mess up your save game and whatnot, but that's not a good enough reason in my part. They are a big developing studio. If a little one such as the Ark Survival studio can do it, then so can they. I really just kind of want to know an explanation, more in-depth explanations to why we can't have these, because they're so easily implemented. And guys, I would love to know what you think about this. And you know, if you are offended by this, I am sorry. That is not my sole purpose to make this video. I just kind of wanted to tell you guys that console commands do exist in other games on the Xbox One console, so you know, they could potentially come out on Fallout 4 if enough people kind of rally against it. You know, if enough people get like a little community going where they say, yes, we want console commands. Do it, do it, do it. I don't know. I just feel like this is something that needs to be implemented into the game. Such a big game, such a huge franchise even. They need to start doing it. They need to start treating console players as, you know, similar to the way they treat the PC players. And I know they're introducing mods, and I applaud them for that. That is absolutely great. But I would just like to see them go that little further step of introducing console commands, because I know that they can actually implement the console commands easier than that they can implement the mods. So we could have console commands before we have mods if they decided to do this. But they don't. And I just kind of want to know. Anyway guys, that's pretty much been it for today's video. I just kind of wanted to talk about it, let you guys know that console commands do exist in the Xbox One console, and they can be implemented into Fallout 4. Maybe if you feel the same way that I do, then please, you know, say something in the comment sections. If you don't, please respect everyone's opinion. I will respect everyone's, I always do, and you know, be nice about it, please guys. Anyway, that has been it for today's video guys. If you do agree with me, then do tweet, share this video. You know, at Bethesda, Twitter, everywhere. And until next time, guys, I've been Starlord. See ya.